Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another wonderful night of collegiate Counter-Strike action. My name is Tasty Bacon. Joining me tonight once again, and as usual, is the one and only Austo. What in the world was that?
I'm gonna have to order more instruments. Honestly, that was my vuvuzela. I
Okay.
need to get like a slide whistle or something for next time. You know what? We'll get something.
That should just become your thing. It's just a different instrument every time. Like I've gotten used to the
No.
harmonica. I was kind of expecting the harmonica this time around.
Oh,
But
you know what?
gotta
You don't
keep me
always
on my
get what you
toes.
want. Yeah,
So
it's gonna be it's gonna run me. I'm gonna be broke. Yeah.
all for a simple gag. But you know what? It's worth it. Either way, we are getting ourselves set for action here tonight, as it is going to be a matchup, a intercontinental matchup here, as we will have the side of UT Dallas, that's the University of Texas, Dallas, versus Montreal. And so the team from Canada coming in here today, unbeaten thus far on the season. A very impressive record for them, as they are now sitting at 10-0, 4-0 on this individual split. And so they were 6-0 initially, and now added 4 more wins to that, looking to keep that streak alive, looking to improve their overall record to 11-0. Meanwhile, UT Dallas, they were 6-3 initially. They've now won their first 2 matchups here on this split, so they're going to be looking to keep this hot streak going as well. But only one of these two is going to be able to come out on top, as they are getting ready to go head to head. We've got most of the players in. I believe we're waiting for about 3 other players here, and then we'll be able to get underway. So I know we've seen UT Dallas's sister team in UT Austin, but this is obviously same school, different campus, essentially coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'm most looking for, I mean, honestly, the matches that we've casted so far have been pretty one-sided. It's usually a massive overdog versus the massive underdog. So I'm hoping that UT Dallas will be able to put up a good fight here, but I'm a little skeptical because so far this league, if you look on SIVA, you can see the stats. Buys don't count as wins, so it'll say they have 3 wins on the UT Dallas side if you look on SIVO, but they only have 2.
Mm-hmm.
However, one of the wins was a forfeit win, and the other was a win 16-5 against CSUF, who, no disrespect to them, but they aren't one of the major power teams that we've been looking at in this tournament. And especially the fact that it happened on Mirage, which can be pretty much just an aim fest. It's still looking like this is heavily favoring Montreal going in there. Currently 4-0 in this second season so far, and only one of those was a forfeit win. They also beat CSUF on Cobble 16-2. So, not a massive score difference there between the two. But they also beat UCI and Crimson. Crimson, they beat 16-1 on Dust 2, so that can speak for their aim. I feel like unless UT Dallas comes into this game with some strats prepared or something figured out on how they're going to beat Montreal, or if Montreal either just doesn't show up aim-wise or they don't have any strats prepared themselves, I think that's going to be one of the ways UT Dallas can win, but it's going to be a tough one for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, kind of the one really big factor is just look at their previous season, or the previous split, I guess, because it is all combined into one season standings, and you have that 10-0 overall record versus the 6-3 overall record. So that kind of speaks for itself right there, that Montreal is definitely going to be the favorites coming into this matchup. But as mentioned, we are just waiting on a couple of players here, and so while we do, we're going to take this opportunity to give a quick little shout out to our sponsors here at CSL. Of course, the major sponsor, all of you know, it's Band Gaming, one of the larger sponsors here for CSL, a social app, primary social app of CSL. Many features, including group chats, which can be good for your CSL team or club if you're trying to compete in CSL. Boards, calendar functions, polls, chatting, and so recently call functionality. So you can use Band for your voice chatting needs if necessary as well. It's a premier social experience for you and fellow gamers alike. And so you can find out more about Band at band.us. If you want to check out their social app and maybe get acclimated with it, we would definitely appreciate. They would definitely appreciate it. And just to give you a little bit more information about Band, why don't you take a look at this quick little 30-second commercial? We will be right back.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
All right, I promised it would be quick, and I deliver on my promises. So we are now back, and again, just going to be waiting a little bit longer. We're up to 8 players connected, just need 2 more, and both teams have assured us that their players are on their way, and will be getting on shortly. And so, until then, we'll just kind of talk about what we might be expecting to see here as these teams play on Nuke. I don't believe we have casted the game on Nuke yet this season.
Did we not? I thought we did.
I don't think so. I know we've had train a couple
you
times.
And me.
Yeah.
I don't know if you and me have. I don't know.
Yeah, you might have there was a day or two where I couldn't make it. You may have casted it then, but I don't believe I have.
Yeah, you keep abandoning me, and I get a little scared when you're not around, but it's all right. I'll get over it eventually. Speaking of being scared, I'm sure UT Dallas is a little nervous going into this. I mean, it's really going to come down to who knows Nuke more. Obviously, not a map that everybody has super worked on. Especially now that Inferno's back in the rotation, people might be trying to set aside some time for that too. So Nuke, not everyone's favorite map, not a map that a lot of people like to work on off the bat. So it's going to be hard to predict whether or not these teams have actually worked on it. At the end of the day, it might just come down to a frag fest, and if it does, I'm heavily favoring Montreal. They've just shown themselves to be such a powerhouse, but that being said, UT Dallas could probably still pull off an upset if they can just hit their shots, work together, communicate. It's going to be, I think, honestly, the first 7 rounds of the first half is really going to show it, really show the knowledge, just because that gives a few rifle rounds in there, a few pistol rounds. It'll really showcase who's kind of got the knowledge, but it'll also showcase if the knowledge is going to be enough to compensate for lack of firepower or, vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like you said, you get a pretty good sense of things off of the first, sort of half of the first half. We'll definitely have an eye for it. It obviously doesn't decide the entire game. Comebacks do happen if a team falls behind. We actually did have, well, you mentioned earlier, a lot of the games we have casted together have been fairly one-sided. We did have one extremely intense and extremely close matchup where I believe a team was down, what was it? It was something like 8-1 at one point, and then ended up bringing it all the way back and very nearly took the victory. So it's still the opportunity for comebacks do happen. That's why we play the games. Is why we don't just hand the victory over to a team that is favored. They still have to earn that win. But again, it's still for Montreal. They're just such a big powerhouse in the collegiate Counter-Strike scene. I got used to casting Vainglory there for CSL, but which, hey, season is coming up. Keep your eyes open if you're interested in the Vainglory side of things for CSL.
Hey, if you're gonna start plugging other games, I'll start plugging other games. So
But at least
better
it's a
watch
game that
it.
I cast.
Is anybody gonna come to the professional Binding of Isaac tournament being held later this month? Really gonna be a great thing. Bunch of guys all getting together, playing
So at least
that.
I'm plugging things that are still within CSL.
Hey, man, you don't
Pretty sure
know.
it's not a collegiate Binding of Isaac tournament going
You
on.
don't know that. Do you know? Have you checked? CHL's in the chat. He can confirm.
Well,
I
either
would
way,
love that.
it would be hilarious. It would be pretty great just to have it be like,
I'd cast it. I love that game.
right? That game's a lot of fun. And like, there's so many different ways you could run the tournament too. You could just have them like everyone just starts at the same time, or is timed, and it's whoever lasts the longest. Or you could do whoever like gets the most victory, the most like clears. Like, there's so many different ways you could do it. Speed running is another one. Like, there's a lot of different methods you could use.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll put it that it's a best of 30. You have to win by 2, and they'll go head to head, and they each play runs one after another. And if it gets 15-15, they go to overtime. MR5, so they have to play at least 3 more runs. That would be hours.
That would be quite a significant time investment. And at that
Also
point, I
don't know
think I would leave you on your own to cast it.
I don't know if schools would exactly sponsor the Binding of Isaac. 'Cause it's kind of about a boy that wants like he goes to kill his mom, and then her heart, which is also him, and then Satan and himself.
I
And
mean,
then
to be fair,
some
schools are
demon baby.
sponsoring, Counter-Strike, which is literally shooting each other.
Hey, but no mothers were harmed in the making of
You
Counter-Strike.
don't know that.
Yeah, do I not?
The terrorists wear the terror side
You know what?
and the CT side. They wear quite a bit of gear. You can't really like get a good grasp of their physique on some of them.
You know what?
I'm waiting. What in the world are you doing? Are you calling your mother right now on stream?
Hello?
No.
Hey, Puka, calling you live from CSL. Oh, never mind. Gotta go. Bye. Knife round.
Well, we did get all 10 players in, so we are going to be starting up the knife round right now. That's a good thing. Save us from whatever was about to happen. Saving all the viewers.
Angry messages.
Saving all the viewers from the absurdity that is Osto and I trying to fill time. But we do have the knife round coming in now.
I'm gonna get angry messages. I'm getting called back.
Well, as the knife round takes place, you can see first blood gonna be picked up by Falcon Yasuo. Yasuo. But,
No, they're the Falcons.
yeah, they are the Falcons. Well, they're
Once again,
Les Falcons
the
de
name-
Montreal.
Yeah, the names at the top are wrong.
Yeah.
Which you could probably tell by Falcons. Oh, mainly Orga. Oh.
And the UT Dallas Comets of Montreal pick up the round win on the knife round. And they have selected CT side.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see if that's the side that they think they're stronger on, or if they wanted to start with their weaker side, because obviously Old Nuke was notoriously extremely CT sided, but there are arguments being made that this new nuke is it's actually getting more T sided. So it's a good question actually as to whether or not this is their strong or their weaker side. They might just be trying to get some rounds off and then go on to T side, but most likely it's their stronger side, because most teams at the collegiate level, maybe not so much at the pro level, but at least the collegiate level, do still heavily favor the CT side, so it's probably them going for their stronger side. And if they can get off to a really strong start on CT side nuke, it's gonna be really, really dangerous for UT Dallas.
Yep, and we're gonna get to just watch a couple people firing at each other rapidly, because one player had a client issue. It says he froze, and so he's restarting. And so, hey, maybe this is a chance for you to give that guy a call
Re-
back.
recall it. No, because I know exactly the same thing's gonna happen, and I will get kicked off my team because that's my team captain. And I do not want that happening. I can play you a
man.
ballad.
No, I think we're good. Oh boy.
I don't know how to play this.
I've noticed over the weeks.
Really? That's rude. But alright. I have other props. I can open a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards if you want.
No, I think we're good. I think we
No, come
are
on.
good. We've got 9 players connected. There's a lot of gunfire coming through. Don't make me have to mute you. I will do it.
Ooh!
Look at Godseed trying to
I
open
got a
up this gate like a
I got a
champ.
synchro monster. X-Saber Souza. And then Fluffle Bear and Performapal Whip Snake.
Just
Riveting.
Fluffa bear,
Yeah, Fluffle Bear. Fluffle.
Fluffle bear.
He's like a teddy bear, but he's got wings and he's pink.
Right.
It's fluffy. Yeah, it's good. Good card. I can send this card directly from my hand to the graveyard and put one toy vendor directly from my deck into my spell and trap zone. These are going to be some good cards.
I will take your word for it.
Hey, you don't need to just take my word. You can take the word of the Konami Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Not sponsored, but maybe one day when they
Oh,
sponsor
boy.
this thing that has nothing to do with them.
And NFO from UT Dallas stating that their teammate is now unable to reconnect. So unfortunately, you will all be stuck listening to the absurdity that is Osto.
It's not unfortunate. They're being rude to me, and I don't know why, because I'm being nothing but kind to you. Here, I can give you some personal information, like my bank info and my social.
Oh, the game is going to be starting. I think they're starting 5v4.
Yeah, I mean this could be a sign of overconfidence from Montreal, but we're gonna see if they can back it up. It's gonna be interested to see what they'll buy here. It looks like they're gonna buy 5/7 on a no-no. Armor on the other two? Yeah, oh, no, so 2 armored, 1 player with utility, 1 player with a 5/7 against 5 armored terrorist players, and this could be a very quick round for UT Dallas unless Montreal can hit their shots. So they're going to be going out towards the A site, rushing out right away. First kill going the way of XTN, the second following up as well. So a 2 versus 5 very early on. HHQ trading out Nermi, but good C going to trade him, and now it's just NFO. 1 versus 5. 2 players are low at 24 and 40 health on Manly Orgasm and XTN respectively. And no one actually currently looking over towards NFO. Hits the first headshot, trying to follow it up onto XTN. Gonna be able to find Manly Orgasm, but not able to get the kill just yet. Doesn't know that Mega Man's on top of him either. Mega Man not looking towards the right side of the hut, but Manly Orgasm gonna finish it. And the 4v5 pistol round not going the way of Montreal, but they do get their 5th.
Yep, well, a solid start. You expect the team with 5 players in a 5-on-4 to be able to pick up that round victory, but as mentioned, Montreal did get their 5th player connected, so we are going to be back to a 5-on-5. It will be even footing here, with the exception of the fact that their economy isn't great. But a shotgun purchased by No.
Oh no, Yasel actually having to leave the server again. It looked like he had some issues. He wasn't really able to move or something like that. NFO going to be rotating down towards B Epsilon with him. It looks like that's where all the terrorists are currently heading towards, aside from Nermi, who's watching the flank. Manly Orgasm finds the first shot on the NFO, and Goodsea going to follow it up on a no-no. Epsilon has some backs to him, gets the first kill, but not going to be able to get XTN, so now it's a 1 versus 4. And HHQ just trying to pick off Nermi up here on the A site. Rotating around the pillar. Knows where Nermi is, but Nermi has the huge advantage and 5 HP left. Hits the headshot, actually gets the kill on a Nermi, so that's a Mac 10 recovered, but not too much else that HHQ can do here, and the Dallas Comets find their 2nd round, and Yasel reconnects again.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to stay connected this time, as HHQZZ is going to be looking to just save this gun for next round. Maybe trying to find an extra frag too. Finds the shotgun, so he'll take that instead on into the next round. Actually, is he going to get this kill? He takes out Mega Man. Does fall to the bomb, but he got a couple kills there at the end, so it wasn't completely for naught.
Yeah, I guess the thought process there from him was saving a Mac 10's not really worth it. Let's just go in and try to get some frags, get some extra ones. So a little bit extra money in his pocket. You can see there with the 4K. And Yasel, is he actually back? It looks like Yasel's actually able to play now. So going to be another save from the Montreal side into this round. Maybe HHQ can do something with his Deeg, but UT Dallas should not have a difficult time this round. It looks like they're splitting towards the A site. Manly Orgasm, nice one tap over towards HHQ and trying to find a second. Yasel shows himself. Manly trying to find the headshot onto him. Not quite able to connect it, but in the end does find the spray.
Yeah, I got worried there for a moment. Yasuo had stopped moving, but he did end up participating. Didn't get much done, but at least it was active and moving around. That's better than being disconnected. However, that's going to be near me finding another kill on to the side of Montreal, and it's just Epsilon left here. Can he make a clutch happen? Highly doubtful. 1 versus 5 with just a pistol here. And a bomb being put down. I mean, doesn't really have much to lose, so maybe just try and go in, pick up a kill or two just to try and get a little bit of money, but that's really all that he would be looking for.
Yeah, Epsilon already gave his position away. Manly Orgasm knows at least where he was. Not quite going to be going down to hunt, and Epsilon actually not going to be going up to take the fight. So Epsilon might be able to survive this round, saving his P250. It looks extremely likely as the 5 terrorists fall back, but that's going to be UT Dallas on their third round, but Montreal is going to be here on their first gun round.
Yep, first gun round for Montreal, and we'll see, can they start to turn this around again? Rough start due to that connection issue on Yasu, but 2 ops coming out, along with the 2 M4s, 5 AKs on the side of Dallas, and it's a pretty evenly matched Epsilon, the only one not on a rifle.
Yeah, now it looks like HHQ going for a pickup on Marshmallow. Yasel trying to just hold over towards the A site. They have 1 player situated down towards ramp, which is NFO, and terrorists currently located out in lobby could be rotating around at any time. Manly going to flash into hut, and Epsilon currently posted on top to watch, and he pushes out Squeaky. So very passive game from both teams. No positioned up on the scaffolding, trying to support his teammate from the opposite side, and Yasel actually going to start rotating away. Decides to come back. I wonder if they got some info from the terrorist side, but now NFO going to be the first one to engage. Gets the first shot, follows up onto a second on the good seed. Almost gets the third on a Nurmi, but 12 HP Nurmi going to find the headshot. So a 3 versus 4, and instantly 2 counter-terrorists rotating down towards the B site. Yasel trying to watch over towards the ramp area through vent. Hits the shot on the Mega Man, but the vent going to block most of the damage, leaving him at 7 HP. So now the terrorist trapped here. Yasel finally finding that frag on a Mega Man at 2 versus 4. XTN has the A site all to himself, trying to see if he can find himself any frags here as he pushes down the vents. But Nurmi, 12 HP, gets picked off by HHQ's up, and now it's just XTN alone on the B site. Finds the first one, but Trigger Discipline trying to find a second. Not going to be able to find anybody else just yet. Epsilon shows himself. That makes it a 1 versus 2, and the counter-terrorist currently just giving XTN some 1 versus 1s. No going to push down. This could be very deadly as he's giving a 1 versus 1 into XTN, but HHQ actually going to be up on ramp. Has a nade out. Going to get found out by XTN, and now... Oh, no, but he doesn't have time. He didn't have the bomb. 4 seconds left, and it's going to be Montreal's round, but XTN doing everything he can, but it's just not quite enough.
Very, very close to a massive clutch from XTN, but as you mentioned, first round now going to Montreal, 4 rounds in, and so we're going to be at a pretty stable economy for both sides for at least a round or 2 if Montreal is able to pick up another win here. If they don't win this round, they're going to be in some pretty rough pickings there. 2 of their members going broke on this purchase.
Yeah, tasty. Up the in-game sound. HHQ gonna fall to XTN. 5 versus 4. XTN pushing outside, trying to find a second. Yasel gonna be located up near electrical box, trying to spot on anyone he can. Finds XTN, gonna finally hit the headshot, but the remaining terrorist players are already pushed down into secret, and there is one player waiting for them in the name of Epsilon with his P90. Gonna push out the op, just falling away. Gonna give Epsilon his first kill on Mega Man. The nade gonna come through, does about 30 damage onto both terrorists over there, and the op falling away just at the wrong time again as Epsilon peeks out for just a second, and now he's still down here watching the angle. They can't really push up without getting the pick onto him, and Yasel from behind gonna find the first on a Manly Orgasm. That's the op down. Good Seed wasn't spotted by Yasel, so he could try to come out here and get a refrag. Goes for the spray, lands it, so a 2 versus 3. And they still have Nurmi up here on the A site, so they're going to be able to get this bomb down. NFO rotating around through ramp in the lobby area. They might not be expecting this push, so he might be able to shut down their chances at this round in its entirety. Nurmi not currently looking towards him. Neither of the terrorist players are, but he misses the spray. Nurmi going to find the headshot, so 2 versus 2. And now both counter-terrorist players rotating in through Mini. A 1 versus 1, and No going to win it.
No getting that one-on-one to close it out. This will be the round once he decides to go and defuse the bomb. Is going to finally pick it up, and Montreal, once they got their 5th member in, they've been doing significantly better. This was a crucial win for them because I mentioned, their economy was right on the cusp of being in shambles if they didn't get that victory.
Yeah, and I mean, Yasel here misses the first 3 rounds, but he's already 3-3, so already making an impact on the game. They're not going to be able to afford ops on any of the players this round, and actually a few SMGs coming out might be thinking it's time to earn some money. The UMP going to be pretty good, going to have pretty good armor penetration, but the MP7 might be a little bit difficult to find a kill with if the AKs are able to hit the initial shot. And the terrorists currently spread out through the outside area, no one watching it from the counter-terrorist side, so they currently have free reign to do whatever they want. Yasel is located up towards Heaven, so he'll be able to spot them if they go over towards Secret, but the terrorists just going to be planning a little bit of a smoke wall, trying to get themselves pushed up, get themselves some land advantage over towards the outside area. The smoke wall finally going to be completed, and Yasel, thinking that they're already pushing through Secret, going to be spraying towards it. Going to give away his position, but no terrorists have pushed down until Good Seed and his teammate Manly are already going down towards the B site. Manly just falling back to try to watch the flank, but Good Seed going to be the one to find the initial engagement. HHQ watching it, has a nice angle over the open door. And Good Seed going to get spotted out. First kill going the way of HHQ. Manly trying to follow it up. The nade going to come through. Not going to do any damage onto HHQ. Yasel finds XTN over towards outside. But Nurmi going to finally trade it onto Epsilon. All 3 terrorist players down towards this B site. Manly Orgasm finds HHQ. Makes it a 3 versus 2 in favor of the terrorists. And now NFO has to rotate down from Heaven. Yasel, currently relocated out towards Mini, has to try to find his way down through the vents or through Secret, but right now it looks like he just wants to try to go through vents, which is going to be very deadly for him. As currently Nurmi watching it. Yasel going to find the kill, so that's going to give a 2 versus 2. And now it's equalized, but 5 HP on Yasel. Going to push out again and find yet Mega Man, so now a 1 versus 2. Manly not currently looking over towards Yasel, doesn't have the bomb in his sights, and now the bomb was faked, so the NFO going to be able to rotate around and find the frag, and a 3v2 that shouldn't have gone to Montreal is going to go there riding on the back of Yasel.
Yeah, so very obviously a clutch player for this team. They are extremely happy that he was able to get himself reconnected after those first couple rounds, and tying this one up 3 apiece. You can see that KD 6-3 for Yasel, the top fragger for the team. XTN, though, doing a really great job over on the side of UT Dallas, 8-2 for him. So really strong performance there. Honestly, though, Mega Man really needs to step it up. Should have been able to stop that 2 versus 3 situation in the last round, but again, Yasel able to frag him out when it really Mega Man should have had the drop on him, should have been able to finish off that kill.
Oh, HHQ gets flashed in the outside area. Unfortunately, has to fall off of his clever positioning over towards scaffolding. Not going to be able to spot the initial peek from the terrorists. XTN going to take the fight against him, but HHQ, nice headshot on XTN. Going to win the fight. So now 2 terrorists still outside, going to be trying to throw some smokes and get themselves some land coverage. A 3rd terrorist has joined them in the name of Good Seed, so terrorists still trying to find their way over towards the B site. However, the bomb dropped back towards T. It looks like Nermi going to grab it. It looks like it's going to be a commitment over towards B. Terrorists trying to find whatever they can. Mega Man taking a good bit of damage from that frag nade, and Epsilon pushing up towards Secret, so he might be able to shut down this push before it starts. Nermi gets tagged down to 1 HP, and all 4 terrorists are located out here. Nobody currently looking towards Epsilon, so if he peeks out here, he might be able to find some frags. Gets the first one on the Nermi. Not going to be able to find a second as Manly Orgasm trades it, so a 3 versus 4. And now Manly.
Oh, no, just missed
going
getting...
just away.
No, just missed spotting under the T's, walking through. He turned at the wrong time, but NFO is going to be able to find one of them.
Yeah, no, and NFO. Good spray, good crossfire setup over towards Mini, and Yasel finally going to finish it off with the op. Paul's going to be coming out from Montreal. Is it? No, the Dallas Comets are using it, so... After Yasel enters the match, it looks like it starts going towards Montreal. It was a close round, the last gun round, where the Comets were looking ready to win it, but honestly now they're probably just talking, trying to figure out what's going wrong, what they need to do in order to get themselves back into the game, because if they allow Montreal to run away with it too much more, because they're most likely going to be saving this round, which will allow Montreal to get on their 5th, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to fight their way back in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just from the way that this game has gone thus far, like you said, the Yasuo reconnecting was obviously massive for Montreal, as they lost the first 3 rounds, but then it's been 4 rounds rattled off in a row by Montreal once they were able to get that 5th member connected and, stable. So it's... for the side of Montreal, this is kind of, it seems like now that they're at full strength, it's just sort of business as usual for them. I do want to point out, just to kind of go off topic for a moment as we do get the resume underway. I know the game sounds were a little bit low earlier. If anyone wants to let me know if it's better now. Unfortunately, my game sounds were up as high as I could make them, but I lowered our volumes a little bit to try and balance it out. So hopefully the audio is good now, but if anyone wants to just throw a message in Twitch chat when this catches up to you, let me know.
And now the terrorists forcing up here onto a few pistols, 3 Tech 9s, 2 P250s, and they're located behind the smoke over towards ramp, so it looks like they might be trying to pick off this one player that they know usually plays it over here and try to get down onto the B site quickly, but NFO has been very convincing in this spot so far, and the Molly going to buy him a good bit of more time. Good usage of utility from him. All 5 terrorist players located in that room. So unless he can hit these initial shots, they might be able to get down to the B bomb site. He spots him out, but not going to be able to hit the initial frag. Immediately falls back, gets some good positioning down towards ramp. Good see going to find Yasel. So NFO in a position to shut down this push if they decide to go down towards B, but it looks like actually they're going to be faking it, starting to rotate back towards the lobby. XTM recovered an op for himself, and Epsilon, who had rotated down towards vents to try to stop the B push, rotating back up onto A. So unfortunately for the Comets, it's probably not going to sell too much here. NFO going to start to push out here right into Mega Man's crosshairs, but Mega Man, initially missing the frag, but he's going to be able to find NFO, so an AK recovered for him. Now it's a 3 versus 5. The counter terror is still located up here towards A. Nono finding 1, finding 2. Epsilon finding 1 of his own as well. XTN gets a frag with the op, but going to fall to Epsilon, and Epsilon and Nono's fantastic crossfire going to single-handedly save the initial push. Mega Man from up in heaven going to find the frag on Epsilon. So a 1 versus 1. 10 seconds left, so he has to get this bomb plan. HHQ knows it. 6 seconds left. 5, 4. He needs to start planning it. Will he have enough time? The bomb will go down here, and HHQ knows where he is. Trying to find the frag. Goes for the spray, and Mega Man wins it.
Mega Man stepping up big in this round. I mentioned that he kind of had to. He didn't have a single kill for actually going into this round. He didn't have a single kill. He picks up 3 there and ends up winning the round for UT Dallas. That was really big. It started off as such a good round for UT Dallas, able to recover a couple of guns right off the bat. But unfortunately, Mega Man being the only one left alive means they don't quite get as much of a economy boost as they would have liked. But still getting that win forces now Montreal onto pistols.
Yeah, and I like the play from HHQ and Epsilon out towards outside, trying to just push up, see if they can get an early frag. Unfortunately, not going to be able to as Manly falls back. 2 kills already going the way of the Terrorists as Good Seed and Nermi find their own. Manly still holding the angle towards the outside push, but the counter-terrorists have already fell back, and really, unless they can hit a few multi-kills as the terrorists start to enter these sites, which Epsilon seemingly already having been given away, it's looking like a round for the Comets.
And Epsilon now going to be finally going down as XTN knew he was behind that door, but just hadn't quite been able to get the kill. Finally, it takes him out, and it's going to be XTN picking up another one. Finally, Manly Orgasm will finish off the round, stopping the comeback attempts on the pistols there, but 5-4 now for UT Dallas. Looks like that timeout they took really helped them to refocus and get themselves regrouped.
Yeah, now it's gonna be really telling. No on a Mag 7 and HHQ on a FAMAS, but other than that, it's pretty. Even the FAMAS, it's pretty good firepower across the board from both teams. A little lacking on the utility from Montreal, but it's gonna be telling as to whether or not UT Dallas is actually gonna have a very good shot at this game by how they perform in this rifle round. Yeah, so holding an angle out towards outside, and that's where a majority of the terrorist team is currently located, so this first shot's going to be crucial. Manly Flash going to push out, nice flick shot from Yasau to find it. So a 5 versus 4 very early on, and it looks like the terrorists initially going to push outside, going to have to be staggered a little bit as that frag impacts them. Mega Man getting spotted out by HHQ. HHQ not going to be able to find the headshot. Mega Man left at 82 HP. Falling back with the rest of his team over towards lobby to regroup. It looks like now they have to decide where they want to start going. XTM trying to spot out ahead over here towards Hut, but they still have options to go down over towards ramp if they want. NFO holding it from a little bit of a different angle this time, so if they go out there, they might be caught a little bit off guard, but right now it looks like that battle will be happening. NFO hasn't played this angle against him yet, so they might not be expecting it. Nermi immediately checks it, takes some damage down to 31 HP, but finds the frag. Yasau missing the shot on a Nermi, so that's going to be a full B site for the terrorist players. HHQ rotating down now. Epsilon did find 2 on the site, a 2 versus 3, and now HHQ going to find one as well on an XTN, so now a round that was looking very likely for the Dallas Comets starting to slip away. The bomb could have been planted there, but Nuri trying to fake it to draw out some counter-terrorists, and going to be rotating up. No might not be expecting this, but the Mag 7 this close could be very dangerous. 7 seconds, has to plant the bomb, and HHQ going to punish him.
Yeah, unfortunately for Nirmi, no choice there but to try and go for that plant, and ends up just getting popped. Round victory for Montreal, tying this one up at 5 rounds apiece. This is turning into a really good match, and we were kind of expecting a possible blowout here, but UT Dallas, they were gifted a couple rounds at the very start, but they still have been able to pick up a couple other rounds here on this first half, and we kind of said the first 7 rounds were going to be very telling. Well, we're 10 rounds in now, and it's 5 apiece. Near me gonna be slowly checking here. That's gonna be actually a pretty slow push here, but Yasuo trying to find a shot, doesn't connect with anything. Epsilon did take a little bit of damage on this initial push in here.
Yeah, and this round extremely crucial for both sides. It's the reset round for Montreal, so if UT Dallas can even find just a few kills to reset a few players on the Montreal side, they could be in a pretty good position because they will still get loss bonus even if they lose it. But really, for either teams to be in a very good position going into the next round, they need to win with a significant amount of players, and both teams know this. Both teams playing extremely passively. Only one player trying to get information in the name of Manly Orgasm, and going to be peeking out over towards Heaven. Actually gets spotted, but the shot not going to land. Yasau finds it on the repeat, so 4 versus 4. XTN already tagged down to 16s. The health advantage going the way of Montreal, but XTN pushing out, almost finds a kill on a no-no, but Nono gonna find him, and Good Seed trades it out, but HHQ gonna trade it out back onto Good Seed. So now Nermi spraying through the smoke onto Mini, trying to see if he can find anybody. Yasel up in heaven trying to find a frag as well. NFO finally gonna find the frag, and Yasel gonna finish off the round on a Nermi.
Yeah, 2 members of Montreal getting out alive. Not the most ideal situation, but it was actually the 2 members that needed to stay alive that were able to hang on. So Montreal's going to be in a pretty good spot here and going into this round 12. And unfortunately for the side of Dallas, they're going to be forced to save here.
Yeah, their best bet this round might be to try to just rush down towards B and get the bomb plant, but right now it looks like they're a little confused as to where they want to go, finally deciding to start pushing towards the outside area. HHQ is here to spot it, but the smoke going to stop the initial information. Going to be flashing out, does hit 2 of the players and spots them on the jump, so going to go for the spray, not quite going to find anybody. Nermi and Manly both tagged down to 50 and 67 respectively, but Manly getting picked off. Epsilon finally picking off Nermi as well, so a 3 versus 5. But Good Seed already on the site, but HHQ gonna find him before he can get any damage out himself. Mega Man finding No, so that's 1 frag down. Does get a rifle, and he's looking just to fall back and save it. Actually gonna get the bomb down over towards A. This is still a winnable situation.
He's gonna...
However... 30 HP up here on top of Hut. Doesn't get spotted out initially by NFO, but misses the spray, and that's NFO picking him off. XTN gonna find an op frag, but Epsilon trades it. So a very good eco round from UT Dallas, but a winnable round it was, but a win it was not.
Yeah, Montreal taking advantage once again, 7-5 now, and as Montreal does feel like they have advantages on a lot of these rounds. It feels like most of the wins that the Comets make are, some comebacks or some clutches having to be made, but now that they're able to buy up again, this is another very important round for both teams, because as we approach halftime, you don't want to be having to try and save right before the half.
Yeah, each round that UT Dallas plays, even if it's just an eco, they've been getting a good bit of frags onto the Montreal players. So you look at the economy, there's really only HHQ and Epsilon that would have a decent economy going into the next round should they lose it. Yeah, so NFO and No haven't been picked off in that gunfight that really shouldn't have been that close. It's going to hurt them if they do lose this. And if UT Dallas can get 1 round here near the end, they have the possibility of stringing it into a few. So it's a very dangerous situation for Montreal and UT Dallas. A frag going both teams' ways very early on, and NFO is the one to fall. So that's the normal ramp player down. Yasel trying to cover the slack, but misses the shot. Goes for a no-scope through the smoke. Not going to land that either. And now the terrorists have full ramp control. Going to start rotating down towards B. And Epsilon going to be the only one down there right now. Terrorists still a little spread out. It's only Manly that's in a prime position to push out, but the bomb actually rotating back toward the lobby. HHQ finds Nermi, but they might not be expecting this play up towards A. They have HHQ, Yasel, and No situated up here. No actually in a prime position to shut them down if they do start heading towards lobby, but they're still trying to figure out where they want to go. 28 seconds left, and it looks like it's going to be a B take. Epsilon going to be huge here. If he can find the bomb planter, he can get a ton of information for his team and quite possibly just win the round single-handedly. Good Seed goes for the plant, but not going to be able to find it initially, and HHQ going to come in to finish them off. Epsilon buying a good bit of time for his team, and HHQ gets the 4K to finish off that round.
A very convincing round win for Montreal, only losing out on 1 player, and that's going to set them up for a very solid 14 and 15th round, whereas look at UT Dallas, they should be okay even if they lose this round, but it's going to be cutting it close. I think they're mostly going to be okay because Mega Man and... Actually, no, Mega Man ended up going broke. My apologies there. I saw a different number flash up real quick, but yeah, UT Dallas, they really do kind of need to win this one.
Nice nade finishing off Nermi, and honestly, the last round really just got lost to UT Dallas's I feel like lack of confidence, because they just started to spread out, trying to decide what they wanted to do, weren't able to take advantage of the early pick, and unfortunately lost the round, I feel, because of it. Nono actually pushing into a prime position to pick off any lobby players, and XTN might be pushing into his crosshairs pretty soon here. Who will win this fight? Nono gonna pick off XTN, who wasn't checking the corner. Mega Man does spot him out, but unfortunately not able to trade the kill before Nono falls back on top of Hut. And now a 5 versus 3. The terrorists still just sitting over towards the lobby, and it's actually Yasel pushing through radio with his op that might be able to seal the deal here. A good Godseed pretty much finishes that off. Excuse me for the butchering. Mega Man picks off Nono on A site. Doesn't spot out Epsilon up there. Initially does spot him out eventually, but Epsilon gonna finish him off, and now Good Seed gets picked off by NFO. Almost pulling off a God Seed and winning his team the round, but not able to do it.
Last round of the half, Montreal does have a 9-5 advantage. If they can go into the half 10-5, you gotta figure they're gonna be feeling extremely confident about closing out the match. UT Dallas even going in at 6-9, not the best of situations, but it could obviously be much worse. So they're hanging on by a thread, but that thread is getting dangerously loose.
Yeah, I mean, 5-10, not a terrible scoreline here for the terrorist side, and 6-9 basically out of the question. Just extremely well played crossfire. Was that an ace from Epsilon, or was there a kill from someone?
I think there was one kill by someone else, but that was a very, very fast round. Probably the quickest round that we have had all night thus far. But
couldn't even see.
Yeah, getting the teams.
Couldn't even see who was getting the kills.
10-5.
Wonder why are the Montreal players? Looks like they're just reconnecting, maybe to fix a few errors or something. But yeah, I mean, UT Dallas, I feel like it was just the lack of confidence in a lot of their a lot of those rounds where they got the early picks. They tried to push out and just really they pushed out way too late. They were trying to be clever, I feel, by faking towards some of the sites, but in the end, it just seemed to be indecisive. And Montreal was able to just set up into good positions, and now UT Dallas, you can see 5-10, which is pretty good if you're considering this is a CT-sided map, so UT Dallas could still come back. They would have liked to get a 6-9, which would have been an extremely good terrorist side, but now going into the pistol round.
Yep, pistol round coming up, first round of the half, and I mean, honestly, again, definitely jumping onto that, confidence issue is what it seemed to be. Because when they had that timeout, when they had the chance to talk and regroup, they came out and won a couple rounds in a row, but then it just sort of slipped from there, and they weren't able to win another one since. So very streaky, but unfortunately for UT Dallas, it has been more commonly a streak against them.
Yeah, Good Seed actually going to be able to fund the first frag onto Epsilon, so that's a man advantage towards the counter-terrorists, and the terrorists located over towards lobby, not even going to put up a fight as XTN and Good Seed pretty much single-handedly just pick them off and finish off the first pistol round for UT Dallas.
Another first win of the half for UT Dallas, making this 10-6 now. And they're going to have the advantage in the second round, see if they can string together a couple more. And, I mean, this is one of those things that could be all they need, is just to string together a couple of round wins and just get the confidence boost flowing, get that, the momentum on their side.
Yeah, and UMP is on most of the players here from the counter-terrorists. Very good SMG. Arguably, I think the best SMG in the game. And NFO going to be actually pushing into hell. Could try to find the pick onto Good Seed right around the corner, but Good Seed not going to be giving away his life that easily. Finds the headshot on NFO. The terrorists kind of spread out throughout the map. Not really what you're looking to do here on an eco round. Going to try to find anything you can, but Yasel finally going to follow as well. A 3 versus 5, and the terrorists are so spread out. The bomb up on Marshmallow while the other two players are down towards ramp. Nono finds a frag, but this round not looking too good for the terrorist side so far. Manly actually spotted out by Nono, so Nono could try to find a frag and equalize the man advantage. Nermi, though, rotating around, finds the first frag onto Epsilon, and Nono not able to spray him down with the UMP, so Nermi picking off any chance of that round being equalized, and it's going to be XTN to find the 7th round.
And only losing one member on the side of UT Dallas. Gonna keep their confidence flying high for now. But as we do get into round 18, 10-7 still in favor of Montreal, but UT Dallas has been looking good, and another save round coming up for Montreal.
Yeah, so honestly, this round, they're just going to be looking to try to get a bomb plant. Mega Man in a prime position to shut this down, going to find the first, second, third, you know, how high do you want me to count? But HHQ finally going to let me stop as Mega Man does fall. No at 30 HP. This round's essentially done. Yeah, and UT Dallas, I mean, they played that perfectly. There was really no way for Montreal to do anything into that round. So in the end, they pushed out, tried to do what they could, got a frag, but now it's going into the first rifle round.
Yep, first rifle round, which this is major for Montreal. It's really major for UT Dallas as well. If they can win a rifle round, then they know that they have a chance of getting themselves completely back in this game. The scoreboard looks very close, 10-8, but with Montreal finally getting these rifles, this is their opportunity to now try and run away with this.
Yeah, Epsilon jumping around outside, trying to see if he can spot out Manly, but Manly located in a prime position to shut down any push from Marshmallow, which doesn't look like it's going to be going that way so far. I know, and Yasel over towards Squeaky Door, going to be pushing their way down. No, running one tap, fully flashed, in a smoke, finds XTN. You'd like to call it skill, but honestly, complete luck, but does give the terrorist side an advantage for a short time. Mega Man finds NFO. A 3 versus 4, make it a 2 versus 4 as Yasel and HHQ chime in for one each, and Good Scene in a position to pick off this player in lobby, but the bomb's already down on B.
Bomb down, so Good Speed and Manly Dragon, they're gonna have to, or Manly Orgasm, as it looks like Dragon when you're far enough away from the screen, but they are gonna be seeing if they can find any way in here. So they're gonna take their time. Manly gonna get taken out very quickly. It's just all up to Good Speed. I don't think he really wants anything to do with this 1v3.
Yeah, really nothing for him to do. Maybe get an exit on the as the bomb goes off, but nobody going to be exiting towards the ramp. Very rare that people actually do that unless you're watching it with an off. But Good to see, going to save this AK going into the next round, and UT Dallas will be able to comfortably rebuy here.
And hopefully we get a clip afterwards of that no kill. Again, fully flashed through the smoke, headshot, absolutely beautiful. But was helped to contribute to winning off that first rifle round. And again, that's what I was talking about for Montreal. Now that they finally got those rifles, they lost out initially, had to save up for a few rounds, but they get their rifles. Now look to see if they can get a couple of rounds rattled off in a row here. It does look like it's actually going to be quite a few grenades getting thrown out from both sides, just trying to cause diversions, trying to just find information. But in the vents here, that's a quick kill from XTN.
Yeah, so 5 versus 4. The terrorists already trying to push down towards B, but they need to find these 2 frags. XTN keeping his team in it as he finds NFO. Good to see finding Yasel as well, so a 2 versus 3. And the terrorists currently trapped down here towards B. The bomb is in their possession. 50 seconds left. They're trying to take it back up towards A, it's looking like. But HHQ gonna have to hit a shot onto some player up here if they want to take it out. And right now, Nermi starting to rotate up, so he's gonna have really 2 choices, but gonna be very dangerous because if they don't know that the other player's there, gonna be a quick trade, and the terrorists running quickly out of time, trying to get over towards Heaven. Epsilon going to have to get this bomb down quickly. 20 seconds left on the round. Really no time for playing this slow. 18 seconds. Flash going to come in, gets him onto the site. Epsilon just going to go for the quick plant. Good Seed spots this out. Not going to be able to deny the bomb plant. Does spot at HHQ. Goes for the spray. Actually lands the kill. So a 1 versus 3. Epsilon versus the remainders of UT Dallas, and Nermi through the smoke and end the round.
Just a pretty much blind spray into the smoke, finding the kill, and that will set up for the defusal. And UT Dallas, they are hanging in there. They are not going down without a fight, making sure that this is a close game as far as the score is concerned. And it has been a pretty close game. You know, there's been a bit of back and forth. Montreal went on a pretty solid tear in the first half, but now in the second half, you mentioned a CT-sided map, and UT Dallas, this is where they've definitely looked much stronger.
Yeah, now Montreal bought up here on the pistols. Interesting to see where they go. Once again, splitting up a little bit. 2 players towards the outside. The remainder, it looked like they were going to be going towards A, but now they're just playing up towards Silent. I don't really know what they're aiming to do here. Just trying to set up a bit of a smoke wall to get themselves down into secret, but if these Tech-9s aren't able to close the gap, they're not going to be able to do too much against the fully armored, fully equipped players of the UT Dallas, as mainly Orgasm finds his first, XTN finds No-No. NFO does find one on the XTN, but Good C going to finish off Yasso in exchange. NFO getting a second, so a 2 versus 3 is definitely more doable than the previous situation. HHQ finds one onto Nermi as well. HHQ trying to recover some sort of gun here, but doesn't want to walk into whoever's most likely waiting over towards Mini. Does get an AK. So now the terrorists need to try to find where they want to go. They do have the bomb, and currently both players up here towards A, so if NFO goes through with going down to B, they get a free bomb plant out of it, but 40 seconds left. The terrorists are going to have to decide where they want to go. Good seed almost spotting out the op over towards Mini. And now it looks like the terrorists want to try this A take again. HHQ missing the jump, but it doesn't look like Good seed. I might have heard it. I'm not 100% sure if he could have. Doesn't look like he did as he's turning around now. Both terrorist players located in a position to try to take this A site. Good C versus NFO going to be very quick, and NFO finds the frag. So a 1 versus 2. Mega Man currently located in Hell. If HHQ doesn't watch out for this push, which he is positioned to shut down, Mega Man could have done it, but HHQ not going to miss the easy frag.
Very nice job by NFO and HHQ on what was a pistol buy, able to recover an AWP and an AK and get the round victory. That's going to be huge for them. As you can see, just really kind of fixing their economy and doing a bit of damage to the UT Dallas econ, as they're not going to be able to get full rifles on this round. So this could be the beginning of the end for UT Dallas if Montreal is able to play this correctly.
Slow eco, what I initially thought was a pretty dumb play from the terrorist side, ends up winning him the round. Yasso taking out one of the first rifles very early on in this round, and HHQ was in a position where he could have been shut down a bit from XTN, but XTN not going to fully push out, so not going to spot him. NFO does find Mega Man. Good Seed still has his rifle over here towards the lobby, but no terrorist players are currently near him besides NFO, who is going to take the fight against him. Good Seed going to win it, but a 1 versus 3. He's currently on the A site, who does get spotted out by HHQ's op, and HHQ just going to pull out the good old trusty P2000 and finish him off. Alright, it's a P250. I thought he had a P2000.
Well, it is 13-9 now. Montreal starting to pull ahead once again. This is kind of what we saw in the first half as well, where UT Dallas started off strong and lost a few rounds in a row. They called the timeout and started to, look strong again for a couple rounds, but then Montreal just took over. And it's kind of been the same thing here, where UT Dallas started off strong, but now Montreal really just starting to take over ever since they got on to those rifles. They gave up a couple of rounds here and there, but it's been largely Montreal here ever since the 4th round or so of this half.
Yeah, and I like the way that UT Dallas is asserting themselves into the map this round. Immediately 2 players pushing up through secret to get the information that it's not currently a push through outside, as the only person watching towards that area is XTN from Heaven. The smoke's going to come out to make them think it might be a secret push, so these 2 A players could have rotated, but the 3 players down in B going to deny that information, so Manly and Nermi going to have it all to do here. They do have 5-7s. Nermi going to spot out Yasso, gets the kill. 2 frags already going the way of the terrorists, though. Nermi almost finding a 3rd onto No-No, but a 3 versus 2. Good C rotating in through Mini, gets found out by NFO. NFO turning away just for a second. Mega Man almost able to find the frag, but NFO going to end up saving that potential round loss. If, of course, if Mega Man was able to pull off a godlike kill spree there.
NFO coming up big these last couple rounds. Multiple kills in each of the last two. When you look at the KDs, it's looking pretty good for most of the players, almost everyone in double-digit kills. Obviously, a couple of major carries, XTN for UT Dallas with 23, 24 on HHQ, and 20 on Epsilon. But the spread is going to go more in favor of HHQ as he finds that op shot.
Yeah, now 3 players currently located on A for the counter-terrorist, and it looks like the bomb going to be going down towards B, so it's going to be dangerous. Mega Man going to be the only one here to initially contest this. Good Seed does rotate down, so it's going to be a bit of a crossfire, but actually not, as Mega Man not going to be rotating around to help his teammate. NFO picks off Good Seed after a 1 frag from him. 3 versus 4. Mega Man in a prime position to shut down this push if they don't clear dark area. No taking down XTM, but HHQ, nice pick with the op, and now Nermi. 1 versus 4, and unless he can pull off something godly here, which he doesn't even look like he wants to go for, Montreal going to be at game point.
Yeah, he's just going to be hanging back, trying to save what little they can, because they know that they need every little bit of money so that they can try and buy up for this match point round. And it's going to be match point for a while, as this is going to make it 15-9. We would have to see a long streak. Is Nermi actually going to get a chance here?
HHQ dancing with him around the box. Nermi is going to find him, but NFO picking off Nermi. And initially you'd say, all right, he got 1 pick there at the end, but oh, guess I'll, wants to steal the spotlight a bit. Picks off Nono, but not going to affect them too much. 2 players well over 10k. And UT Dallas, initially you'd say, hey, 1 frag went the way of him at the end. They have a good chance, but they really needed that rifle to have a decent shot here in round 25.
Yeah, this is really not good for them. It's the match point, and they have 2 pistols coming out, and it's not going to be a fun round here.
Tian already getting tagged down heavily. NFO doing a lot of damage onto those players over towards lobby, and it looks like the counter-terrorists were kind of betting it towards this lobby push. They do get a kill with the nades, but HHQ and Epsilon going to take the man advantage back. NFO tagged very low. Epsilon at 46, so still doable from the counter-terrorist. No, gonna get spotted out from the side, but Good Seed not gonna be able to land the headshot. A 2 versus 3. XTM finds 1, but Epsilon trades it. A 1 versus 3. Epsilon with his back to Mega Man does fall, so that's an AK recovered. NFO has 6 HP. A very doable round for Mega Man. Tries to read that the play is B, and actually might be completely correct. Nono and NFO currently heading down towards this B site, so Mega Man gonna have a little bit of an advantage on the take. But this is going to be close. Mega Man needs to find this frag on a no-no because NFO is only 1 bullet away. The bomb is going to go down. Is NFO going to go over here towards Janitor? Opens the door. Oh, Mega Man does take a little bit of damage there. Definitely not what he wanted. But he looks like he's just going to smoke it and go for the bomb defuse. 5 seconds left. No. Not looking like he wants to try to spray this person down, but gets it in the end. And that was extremely close. Mega Man,
Extremely
2 seconds
close.
away.
Oh man, so close to getting that defusal and saving the round, saving the game for the side of UT Dallas. But unfortunately for them, it is Montreal with the victory, and they will be keeping that unbeaten streak alive as we go ahead and get ready to close things out here tonight. That was a much more exciting game than I think we were giving it credit for initially. The final scoreline wasn't terribly close, but it also wasn't a massive blowout, and a lot of those rounds did come down to the wire. There's only really 2 or 3 rounds that were just over before we could even really talk about them. But UT Dallas definitely putting up a fight here against Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder how it would be if Montreal didn't have that 4v5 for the first pistol, because UT Dallas was able to find both pistols and get the consecutive 2 rounds, but Montreal took the 4th round on both sides, was able to go for a little bit of a streak more on the first half than the second, but they still stole a few rounds away from UT Dallas, and unfortunately for UT Dallas, the rounds that got stolen away were pretty key rounds for building their economy, so they never really got a good grip on that other than the first few rounds of each half. And at the end of the day, Montreal was just able to make their economy go longer and able to hit more shots.
Absolutely. Well, there's not a whole lot more to say about this one. There were a couple of really crazy plays, a couple of nice clutches, but for the most part, it was just Montreal able to exert some dominance and, as you mentioned, just getting crucial round victories at the right times in order to reset the econ of UT Dallas and not be able to shut down their streaks when they started them and things of that nature. So Montreal going to 11-0 on the season, one of the very few teams that remain unbeaten here in the CSL. So with that, we are going to go ahead and call it a night here, I believe. Once again, I'm Tasty Bacon. That is Osto.
Hold on, it's in its case.
I was gonna say, is there gonna be anything to play us out?
You know what? It was gonna be. I was gonna play it, but now I'm not gonna.
All right. Well, on that note, then, just want to give a big thank you to the rest of the sponsors here at CSL. ASUS, of course, jumping on board to help out with this 2016-2017 season. Everything esports ASUS covers, whether it's products such as your monitors, laptops, routers, graphics cards, motherboards, etc., etc., etc. Also helping to sponsor wonderful events such as CSL and allowing these things to happen. A big thank you to them. And of course, twitch.tv as well. Make sure you give our other channel a follow as well as this one. Obviously, you're on C-Star League 2 right now. Follow the other C-Star League channels, just twitch.tv/C-Star League. Follow C-Star League on Twitter to get updates on all of the other various esports that CSL does cover. But until then, we are going to be done for tonight. Make sure you tune in next time. We hope to see you then. Have a great night.